Hello there, collective. I'm going to do a kind of specific reading here. We're going to talk, this has been coming up. Hold the space. Okay. Justice card. All right, notice the balance. Notice the sword is through. Okay. The geometric shapes there. Right? Okay. When we get the Justice card, that means we're balancing the scales of justice, okay? With our High Priestess energy. These are the 3 cards that came out, okay? And I'm going to actually just pull some oracle cards for us. For some of you that are in that space where you're holding space and might need some insight or some guidance, thank you, angels. Thank you, gods. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. What does the collective need to hear? Again, these are general readings. Take what resonates, leave the rest. For those that need it, thank you so much for your many blessings. We're so grateful for this time that we can spend together. I want to thank you. Okay. Okay, for some of you, you might be seeking a relationship. I call in the infinite power of love to take over this union in every way. May it now fully belong to the divine. Let it unfold in the perfect way for each of us. I needn't fear letting go of control. My needs are always abundantly met. Okay, so for some of you that may be in a relationship, it's about giving up control. Everybody makes their own decisions. Okay? If you are in a relationship and you're, with all these shifts and whatever, you might be having some issues and you're holding space for good things to come to pass. You're holding space to your partner. You might be waiting for your partner. Know that relationship starts at first with yourself. Okay, you can hold space for somebody and still move forward in your own life. And if for some reason they're trying to block that, or that's an obstacle, that's kind of narcissistic behavior, and you need to be aware of that. Try to talk it out with them. But we are being called, whether we're in relationships or not, to move forward on our life journey, on our paths. Okay, whatever that looks like for you. Okay, so holding space for your partner does not mean stopping your life. I want to reiterate that. Keep living your lives. Okay, we've got perfectionism. Permission to make a mistake is so freeing. It's the root of creativity and change. Allow me, divine, to make as many mistakes as I need. Free me from the prison of perfectionism. As we start to move forward and test the waters, sometimes because of our fear, or we might be doing something we're not, quite used to, it can bring in, all of a sudden everything has to be perfect to put it out in the world. I don't know if you've watched some of my readings, but I get arms in front of my readings sometimes, my cards are flying away, people are walking through my videos. Life is about living in the moment, okay? And trusting your path. If you knew you'd be supported, what would you do? Okay? If you knew that you were supported, what would you do? Okay? It's not we learn from our mistakes. I've met some of the best people in my life from the mistakes. Okay? Right? I needn't fear letting go of control. My needs are abundantly met. Always abundantly met. It's a relationship with yourself. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Okay? The last card pulled is abundance. Divine beloved, please show me how to feel fully deserving to receive. I release my ego's plan and open to bring a vehicle for abundance. Divine Beloved, please show me how to to feel fully deserving to receive. I release my ego's plan and open to being a vehicle for abundance. For yourself and other. Again, it starts with ourselves first. But that's the promise the universe already has for you. Okay? We hold the space for ourselves to grow. And that space for ourselves is held constantly. It's not just, I'm going to sit here for a couple weeks and I'm going to hold some space and then I'm going to start moving forward and I'm going to go back into work mode and I'm going to forget everything that's going on. My friends call it work mode, right? No, it's about learning to hold space for a daily practice that becomes, something that really becomes a daily practice that we practice daily. It might start out where you're like, oh, I do it once a week, or wow, I forgot, I'm doing it once every 2 weeks. Take the perfectionism out of it, okay? We've got calmness. The inner divine is the witness of all, remaining still and quiet even during intense turbulence. So take a deep breath and then say, quiet my mind, dear divine, may your peaceful calm take over. Okay? And the more we practice staying calm, being rooted and grounded, holding the space for ourselves and good things to come in, the more we practice that, the more it becomes routine. And then when we do have those turbulent times, it becomes way easier. It becomes automatic. That level of consciousness becomes automatic. Again, it's about trusting your path. What would you do? What would you be? What would you create? What would you build? Okay? If you felt like you were truly supported. The universe supports us, and we are supposed to be loving ourselves and creating and building, okay, a life full of joy and passion and purpose, meaningful purpose. Okay? And at some point, you take a leap of faith. But there is an essence of being smart, okay? Of being in a space where you are planning and you are, you are being led by the Spirit, and as you go along, the Spirit will bring in that abundance, okay? And this is the justice part of it. The justice comes when we do the work and we forgive not only that other person, perhaps, or that situation, but we forgive ourselves. We take a personal inventory of what we brought into that situation, because what you went through, you manifested that for a reason. Okay, and sometimes that's hard for people to understand. And you need to sit back and say, what was my part in this? Or you allowed that to come into your life, for whatever reason. Okay, specifically in relationships too. Okay, and the justice is when we move forward and we do the work and we clear and release and grow, then there is space that opens up for good things to come in. And then we learn how to hold the space. And then we also learn how to create and stay in that high vibration and that frequency. And then the justice of it, okay, your justice might not come from that other person or from that situation. Your justice might be the fact that you're moving forward, and all of the sudden, because you've learned and you've grown, you get a ton of abundance that's coming in because you are pulling it in with your own energy, okay, and your own creations, okay, which can't be taken away. If you learn to grow to that point, that stuff can't be taken away, right? Once you learn something, hopefully you learn it, right? High Priestess energy, the crown, the all-seeing eye. You're from a higher perspective. Look at things from a higher perspective. We had an oracle card the other day that said, this is not being done to you. It's being done for you, right? Let me grab one more oracle card here. The abundance card, divine beloved, show me how to feel fully deserving to receive. Okay, it's about us raising our frequency and our vibration to feel fully deserving to receive. I release my ego's and pain, and open to bring a vehicle for abundance. Okay, you have to be open for it, right? You have to be open. Yeah. We've got birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Okay, we're doing this kind of on a planetary level for sure, but each one of us, as we move through our process, is doing this on a highly personal and individual level. You are literally birthing a new world, okay, for you, for your family, because as you move forward, your family also moves forward. Okay, so do the work, hold the space, do a daily practice, figure out how to rid yourself of the perfectionism, bring in balance. Notice that Justice card had balance and a sword. That's boundaries and balance. Okay, because you are birthing a new world for yourself, and you want it to be full of passion and love and joy and peace. Okay, and then that will grow out into the universe. If each one of us just takes care of our own stuff, what a world it could be. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate all your support. Thank you so much. Some of you have been so supportive, and I really, really appreciate it. I'm going to let you enjoy a little bit of the ocean here for a minute. Please take care of yourself. Good care of yourself. Take care of each other.